Hi guys, welcome to my channel. I wanted to create a quick little ditty to answer a few questions I've been getting since coming to Hawaii during the COVID-19 pandemic. These questions range from, do you have to quarantine? Can I just come to Hawaii if I have a negative COVID test? Can you travel between island to island freely once you quarantine? What's the situation? Let's back it up. There is a mandatory 14-day quarantine that is required of all citizens traveling into Hawaii. Sidebar, I'm here for 3 months minimum, so me doing the 2-week quarantine was absolutely worth it in the scheme of things. This may not be the case for you though. I don't see the quarantine requirements going anywhere anytime soon. In addition to that quarantine, you should know that you can't rent an Airbnb. Airbnbs are not able to rent to you for your quarantine. So you have to find a hotel that's verified with the state of Hawaii that allows you to complete your quarantine, or reach out to a friend of a friend like I did. I'm doing my quarantine in a private ohana. Let me break it down like this. If you want to come to Hawaii for 5 days and enjoy the islands, you cannot do that without completing a 14-day quarantine first. The next thing I want to touch on is flights. If you've played around with your Google Flights or whatever you use to try to figure out an itinerary, you may have noticed that all flights are being flooded to one airport, and that is on Oahu in Honolulu. The reason for this is every traveler has to go through that airport. They have to go into a room and make a verbal agreement with somebody who works for the airline saying that they will not violate the terms of their quarantine. Should you choose to violate the terms of your quarantine, you'll be shipped back to the mainland with a $5,000 fine on your back.
Hi guys, I made it to Honolulu Airport. I just went through the COVID steps you have to take before you can actually go on to your next flight.
The next thing I want to talk about is inter-island travel. When I'm here, can I quarantine for 14 days and then island hop? No, you can't, at least not right now. For example, I'm here in Big Island. I'm almost done with my quarantine. When I finish it, I can't just buy a cheap ticket to Kauai and then hang for 5 days. I would have to do another quarantine. And finally, I want to talk about what happens when you actually get here. How are we supposed to safely practice social distancing when we have to get an Uber to get to whatever hotel we're going to quarantine at or whatever? I was able to reach out to a friend who had a pickup truck, which I then jumped in the back of, because in Hawaii, it is not illegal to ride in the back of a truck, which was A, super dope, and B, safe for both of us. You can get an Uber if you choose to. Face masks will be required. Recently, there was an article published about coming to Hawaii with a negative COVID-19 test, which would then allow you to travel freely without a quarantine. I don't know if this is going to be the case come August. Each restriction has been extended multiple times so far. At the end of the day, guys, you have to decide if it's worth it. Do you want to quarantine for 14 days before actually getting out and exploring the islands? Do you have that kind of time? Do you have that kind of money? Are you willing to stay on one island and not go from place to place? All in all, guys, if you want to come to Hawaii, be prepared for a 14-day quarantine, a mandatory, non-negotiable 14-day quarantine. And yes, it is extremely serious. Also, be prepared for your flight to flood through Honolulu. There's nothing you can do about that one either. You definitely have to decide what you're willing to endure during this time. I hope you guys found this video useful. If you have any more questions, I'd be happy to answer them for you. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Next week, I'm going to talk about my 14-day quarantine and the absolute seriousness of it. I know it'll be worth it once I'm able to get outside. Thanks for watching.